And today on Chris Speaks, I'm going to speak about transition, about the importance of transition and having the right method, taking the right approach so that you have an effective transition. When we say transition, I just mean, the from and to, where you are and where you're trying to go to. Now, to start this off, let's have a look at what the word transition means. The definition of transition is the process or a period of changing from one state or condition to another. Now, for transition to work, you need two scenes. Actually, the key word is different. You need two different scenes. It could be a place, it could be a person. It doesn't need to be two different people. It can be the same person. For example, if you're watching a movie and the camera zooms in on a character, let's say it zooms in on a character's ear so that to show that he's listening. And then from there, it goes onto the mouth to show what he's saying. So that's just one character, but it's two different parts. So the key thing is, in order for the change to be effective, it has to be two different things. Where you are, where you're starting off, and where you're trying to go, where you're heading. So we've had a look at the definition of transition, and it clearly says that, the period of change from one place to another. For example, if you're trying to go somewhere, you got somewhere to go and you want to know, how long will it take for me to get to this location? Or how can I get to this location? And you open the app, you open Google Map, and you type in the location. Another thing that you have to make sure you mention is the place that you're coming from, where you are. So if your location isn't switched on the device that you're using, the app won't work. It won't be able to tell you anything until you put where you're planning to travel from. And that's the importance of transition. You need to make sure you have a start where you're starting from. You know where you're starting from. And that's like God visits you and he's telling you, like, look, he's showing you things where you should be heading, where he wants you to head towards your purpose. Do you get what I'm saying? Or what you have to do and things like that. But you have to acknowledge where you are in your life. You have to be able to look around and be like, where am I? What am I doing? For the transition to even start to take place, you have to acknowledge where you are. Same as when you're using a Google map, for it to even, show you how long, or the process, the method, the train, the bus, the route you can take. You have to first put down on the app where you are. So before you can even ask God to work in your life, you need to first of all have a sit down and have a look around and see what needs work in your life. What are you planning to work on? Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the importance of transition. You need to make sure you know the place that you're at. Once you figured out the place that you're at and you know where you're trying to go, then that's where the time and the process and the change in between happens in between that. And that's why you need to keep a close connection with God. He's the one that's going to lead you towards where you need to get to. God can show you where he wants to take you. He can show you your purpose. But you have to now acknowledge that, God, I've got this issue, I've got this. That's why he says, cast all burdens onto him. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not for you to worry about. You just bring it to him. When he shows you where he's trying to take you, you bring him where you are. And then he can show you how to get there. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like the Google map now. You've put down where you are and where you're trying to go. And Google's like, all right, now we can get started. Right, you could take this route and this how long it's going to take you. Unlike the Google map where it's got different routes that you can take, God doesn't tell you everything. Like, he'll give you one piece of the puzzle today, for example, and then he'll give you another piece of the puzzle next week or next month or even next year, when you've even forgot about what you've asked for or where you're trying to head to. He just wants you to keep working. Keep working is like keep going. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like it's like doing the Google thing, putting your jacket on and leaving your house. So as you work, that's when God starts showing you things on how to better yourself, how to keep moving towards your goal, towards your purpose. Another key thing is it's important to stay connected, keep connected with God. The reason why I say that is because, let's go back to the Google app thing. Imagine you've now worked out how long it's going to take you to get somewhere. You've got the journey mapped out. You're like, all right, I'm ready to go now. You now leave your house, and for some reason you don't have connection. You can't get connection anywhere. You get to the station on time. You remember, this is the time I'm supposed to be here. But hold on, the train's not here. And then you find out that there's a diversion. There's a lot of things going on public transport these days. So, or there's a strike, or, you just find out that there's something that's going to affect your journey, you getting to your destination. But you haven't got no connection as well. You can ask passers-by to help you, but some of them might not even know how to get there. Some people might tell you the wrong thing, give you the wrong direction. It would just be so much easier if you had your connection still. So that's what I'm trying to say with God, is you got to make sure you keep that connection with Him, no matter where you're trying to go. Because if there's a diversion, if there's a delay or something like that, He can tell you, you know what, don't worry about that. The bit where it says process has a definition for transition. That's basically the doing. The what do I do? How do I get there? What actions do I take? You get it? And that's obviously, like I said, with the app, you've got the different routes. You've got the train way, you've got the bus way, you've got the walk, you've got the Uber, you've got, the route to drive. You've got all of that available. And with God, it's like He'll show you what you have available, what's around you, who's around you. You have to be able to do it. Don't just, there's a lot of people in life that just think, yeah, you know what, for example, I want to lose weight, but they're just saying it, but they're eating the same thing and not exercising, but they expect a change. It's a transition. The transition, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, you know what, I might want to lose weight. I don't like the way I look right now, so I'm going to do something about it. And then you just start bit by bit. Part of the transition is slowly, with time, because that's the process. That's what the definition said. There's a process. There's a time to change. It's not instant. That's where a lot of people get it wrong, because they'll be like, all right, I've encountered Christ now, and I'm going to change my life. And then they think they're just going to wake up the next day and stop everything straight away. I don't know. I think that's a very dangerous approach to take, because Satan's always lurking, and you like the Bible says, like when you try and get rid of him, he goes and he comes back with seven more demons. Do you get what I'm saying? Ready for the attack. So just be honest with yourself with where you're at, and allow yourself enough time for the process. You just gotta pray to God, because He's the one that allows us enough grace, enough time for us to, find our purpose. So that's transition for today. I hope my breakdown for transition made sense. I hope it helps someone out there. My name's Forever Blessed Chris. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video, God willing.